What's up, Hood News peeps? It's your girl Grizzy. We got Hector with me today.
What's up? It's Saturday.
Saturday, man. So we're on episode 17.
17. And want to give a shout out to this girl for her birthday, Lauren. She collected a couple of stuffed animals and gave it to Precinct 4 constables out there so she can give out to those in the community, correct?
That's right. So let me tell you guys a little bit about what happens. So when, officers and law enforcement, they respond to calls, they say it's not always going to be like just somebody breaking in or something. It might actually be domestic violence. It could be something of a more serious magnitude. And children oftentimes are very traumatized in the moment. They're still trying to absorb whatever just happened. Mommy and daddy might have been fighting, or somebody got hurt or shot. And so these officers, these deputies, a lot of them bring out stuffed animals like teddy bears for the kids to comfort them. So it's really amazing. We had this little girl. She didn't want gifts. She didn't want money. Kids always want some kind of gift. No, she's very selfless, and she wanted to collect bears so she can give over to Precinct 4 Constable Deputy's office for the deputies to use for kids.
Right. And Lauren, thank you, and happy birthday to you. She turned 11, by the way.
Yes.
Such a big heart at a young age.
I know.
Thank you for giving for the community. We have a great show up ahead.
Yeah, stay tuned. Go get your snacks. Go get them Takis. We'll be right back.
All right, we have a great story to talk about. Grizzy posted a pharmacy bandit that was out loose, and we got pictures and we got notes of him. And in 15 minutes, he was identified.
Man, it started off with a loser cruiser, a bandit, all kinds of weirdness. Okay, so this guy, like you already know, we've been sharing videos of people going into pharmacy stores, taking off with a lot of items, running out the dough and getting in the just taking off. Well, somebody was able to snap a picture of an incident, and she got a picture, and the guy's like, he looks like a fish. Like, look at his face, dude. Like he looks like he's ready for jail. Like, not even. I'm being serious. He's ready, man. Somebody's gonna be really happy in the jailhouse. Look at him, like that. But I mean, the jokes were just going off. So anyway, so we posted that. Mark Herman, Precinct 4 Constable Deputy's office. They were like, hey, we got tagged. Challenge accepted. Yeah. I said, you know what? I bet you it's gonna be about. Give us less than half an hour. Right. He's gonna be identified. Boom, man! I got this picture of the car parked outside his mama's house. Man, and then I got the name. So if you want to go find out who this is, this is the go check out Grizzy's Hood News online or on Facebook, Instagram. Man, he was identified right away. But then guess what? There's more. All right, so he was identified. It's gonna take a little while to hear the update after that, because Mark Herman's office, they're on it. The tipsters were tipping that way too. The Hood News peeps were telling me, hey, I let them know as well. Long story short, last night, Northwest Patrol was making rounds. And I guess I'm pretty sure they follow the Hood News. I don't know what happened, but they try to pull this guy over. Maybe they recognized the picture, from all over all social media. They pulled him over, but he didn't want to. The dude kept going, and it turned into a mini pursuit. And he's been taken into custody. So it's kind of crazy how it played out. We had Precinct 4 post about it. The Hood News peeps identify. Then HPD Northwest Patrol was in the house, and they secured the arrest. So it was a good tag team effort for the whole community and law enforcement, just pitching in, catching these crazy people, doing what they're doing. And yeah, it's just wild, man. Please, if you don't want to be on the Hood News, avoid crime at all costs, because you will be identified. Man, like I was telling folks, I'm surprised we didn't even find out what he ate for breakfast that morning. Man, we knew what color drawers he had on, though, because of the arrest.
There people were taking random pictures of him with the poker face. Yeah. Tony on Facebook, she says, got him. I love when Precinct 4 embraces the power of Grizzy's Hood News.
Oh, that's what's up.
Straight up tagging her, knowing we're all on the trail.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, man. Thanks, friends. And then Mike Trent, one of our friends, he said he should have been in the members reward program and saved some cash. I enter my phone numbers in every time, and I never get off.
No. How many times we use that members reward and never get anything?
I don't get anything.
I get a long
Oh,
receipt
my
is what I
goodness.
get.
Yeah, I get a long receipt, a bunch of extra paperwork. I don't want, man. That's crazy. It's so true, though.
Hey, yeah,
man.
Shout out to Mark Herman and the Hood News peeps that have turned in some tips and got this guy off the streets and got him identified in 15 minutes.
Man, we love the challenges, man. Challenge accepted.
Hey, 15 minutes and we'll change the world.
That's it. All right. Now, this is on a more serious note. Somebody passes away in your family and you pay somebody, Hector, and Hood News peeps at home. When we make funeral arrangements for a loved one that's passed away, and especially ahead of time, like the story I'm about to tell you guys, it was like planned, like there were plans already set in place ahead of time. Family was able to enjoy a farewell ceremony, the celebration of life for a beloved teacher. And everything's going okay. They're grieving. They're able to grieve. They trust a funeral home and a cemetery to come forward and provide the services that they were paid for. So imagine their horror, Hector, and everybody at home, when they get to the cemetery and somebody else is in that spot with dirt over it and everything closed off and whatnot.
Yeah, it's just a sad situation. They're going through, already a hard time. They're, they're trying to, just pay the respects, and only to find out at that moment that somebody else is buried there. A few weeks ago, we had my father-in-law passed away, and we did the whole funeral here in Northside. And to come to find out, somebody else was also buried there too.
What?
And we had to bury him at an angle because somebody else was placed there.
Man,
it's a lot of disorganization.
Wild. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, this hit the news waves. Our Hood News peeps. She reached out to me while she was at this service. And I'm like, "Are you serious?" She's like, "Grizzy, let everybody know what's going on." So we had to do a little bit of research, because this is like insane. But come to find out, when I'm hearing your story, other people had the same situation. Maybe not even at the same cemetery.
Right.
That's why we're not really naming them, but definitely like similar circumstances like that. And I think it's really sad. I know there's protocol. A lot of people in the comments are like, "Oh, but don't they walk you here? Oh, don't they show you?" But who has time when they're grieving? You're not really thinking about that.
Right.
And sometimes if you've never had a death in your family, you really don't know what protocol is.
Yeah, you don't know the process.
Yes.
And it looks like some people are either lazy on the funeral home side and not really following the process, or kind of just being sloppy and disorganized. But even look at the comments, because I saw the comments there, and it looked like a lot of people were facing the same situation. For funeral homes, if you work there, if you work part of this type of industry, these people are grieving. They're going through a hard time. Their mind is somewhere else. The best thing you guys are hired to do is in most cases they're hired in advance, right? They're paid like my father-in-law.
Yeah, you make your arrangements.
Made the arrangements a year in advance, right? Only to find out that somebody else was already buried in your spot.
That's sad. Yep.
Just gotta take care of these people, and people will applaud you for that. But in finding out the situation right here, like this teacher here, where else was she put? I mean,
well, that's the question. The family was like, is she gonna go back into a freezer? I mean, now we're talking about some really crazy stuff.
Right.
I'm like, I didn't even think about it until I started reading that from her in the message. I was like, oh my gosh, like they literally had to leave her back at the funeral home, and they don't know if she's gonna get put up, or they don't know anything about how that works. Where was she gonna be put?
Gosh.
Like, it's a nightmare. It's a nightmare. So yeah, and a lot of people, and this is where I'm gonna say, for those at home, if you've never been through a situation, it's gonna be hard to fathom. Have respect in the comment section, because like I'm like guardian dog, like arf, man. I'm like, I'm on it.
Right.
I get so mad because people can't think outside the box, that things like this can happen. Not everybody's rich and affluent. It could be just middle class people, poor people. We go through stuff sometimes, and these things might not happen in more predominant nice places. But, these things do happen to people.
And put yourself in somebody else's shoes. And it could be the family members watching too as well, and looking at the comments. So, for instance, Nelly on Facebook, she says, usually the gravesite is prepared the day before or hours before. How didn't they know?
I'm telling you. And then we've got John Teresa Balcom. She says, this is so heartbreaking and unbelievable for this family to have to endure such a nightmare. This could be a long process to remove the other person, and I think a court order. How did this funeral home not know that?
Right.
Jeez. Well, our condolences for the family. Miss Gamble was very well loved, and I hope that this gets resolved. They were actually told on Saturday, We'll have somebody call you on Monday.
Well,
no
no
questions
phone.
answered.
Wow.
No communication. Do better, folks.
Hopefully they get this resolved soon.
All right, Hector, and we've got a story here, and this is a very sad update and a story we've been following, and the only Hood News has been posting because media now wants to jump on it now that there's a update. Alana Turner. She's been found. This is a missing woman. She was last seen like in the Tomball area. She had parked her car. She was in the middle of like a medical emergency. We believe that that's what was happening to her. She was in distress. This young lady, loved by so many people, a very loving family, very sweet, sweet girl. She would compose music. She spoke many languages. She was a child of the earth. That's the best way I can describe this beautiful girl. Well, she went missing. She was seen taking a nap in like a neighborhood, and I guess somebody might not have recognized her. It's a closed off neighborhood, and there was a confrontation somewhere between herself, who was having some sort of meltdown, and law enforcement, and they saw her run off into the woods, and that was the last time anybody saw her. So it lays a lot of questions like what happened to her. We know that just this past couple of days ago, she was found. Her remains were found out in a wooded area just over Montgomery County lines. It would have been Harris County if it would have been a little more. So the Texas EcuSearch, they conducted a search for her, and she was found. Wow. So yeah, our condolences to the family. There's so many things, so many questions. Why she's only like yards, like literally yards and yards and yards away from where she went missing from. So there's so many questions like, why did it take this long? We know Texas EcuSearch, they're going to be there, boom, boom, boom. Yeah. But there was like a block, where people weren't allowed to search for her because they kind of had her like a fugitive, kind of like on the run type person. And that was definitely not the case. So then we find out her car was auctioned by Harris County Sheriff's Office. So there's lots of questions like, what happened to this beautiful girl? What happened? So hopefully with medical examiners, whatever they find, if they find anything, any findings at all, because it's been almost a year and some days since she went missing, just to be found just not far up the road.
Yeah, prayers to her family and to those in the community and her loved ones and friends too as well. Such a young girl, had a bright future ahead of herself. She's, obviously there's on the other side of things, there's some closure there. Yes. That she's not out missing, and there's some closure there that could be there. But lift her up and lift the family up in prayer, and hopefully they could any things that are open and that could be closed in this case.
To meet this family and their unwavering faith in God, and just like that they trust in Him, and even with this outcome, that their faith never wavers. It's just like, man, it just inspires and much respect and love for this family. Right. We love you guys. I hope you guys just get your answers that you need. And there needs to be some level of accountability somewhere, because this was somebody literally having a meltdown. Right. She was, according to people that were out there, she was exhibiting these behaviors like somebody that was like literally like just not okay, like medically. So yeah, prayers for Alana Turner, her family, and the community, and all her friends that love her. Rest in peace, and we love you, baby girl.
All right, Grizzy, I don't know if it was because of the solar eclipse a few weeks back or what it is, but Houston's been we got the SWAT incidences and we got rumbles and fights these last couple of weeks.
So we're on the cusp of Aries and Taurus, so I think it's something like that. We're in that cusp. Hey, what's up, my Aries and Taurus is out there. Everybody likes when we throw out the horoscopes. They're like, nah, that's not me. Yes, it is. But no. Seriously, this was somewhere off of 90, and I think Miller Road 1. We had trailer versus truck. Man, look at this. Oh my, somebody wrote a check that they just could not cash, man. Look, Pawpaw looks like he wanted to stow off on the guy, but the guy beat him first to it. We're not going to do a come on down. We don't need to know nothing. The hood's going to stay quiet. But this is really messed up. I found out that he was okay. They later loaded him. Good Samaritan saw everything. They followed. And they loaded him to the truck and waited for an ambulance to arrive, and he was checked out and stuff. But poor guy, man. What do you think about this?
I know. Papa went right after him.
Man. For real. Man. I don't know. Like, it's one of those things. I wouldn't have fought him because, that's an elderly person, more bigger, more older. So I would have been just more respectful. But, man, he went, ooh.
And with those overalls.
Mm-hmm.
So take your loved ones to Arandas. They have a couple of them around town. Or you can go to Uber Eats. They have the buy one, get one free Grizzy burrito on Uber Eats. Ordered today at Taqueria Arandas. Up on the north side, Alding Jail Route, we had Lady in Red getting down.
Lady in Red. Oh, okay, y'all will never hear me sing again. Oh my goodness. So I don't know what's going on, but let me just give some love advice right here. It's your love, Dr. Grizzy.
Uh-oh.
Hey, folks at home, don't F around and find out with your woman. Don't leave your phone laying around. Don't let your woman know your moves. If you're going to be cheating, don't do it, man. Just avoid it at all costs. That burner phone was discovered, it looks like, in this situation. Look at this.
Notice how she was fighting him next to the dumpster.
Yes.
I thought she was going to throw him in there.
Man, our thick and juicy, lovely lady out there, she was not having it. She was going to whoop that ass. Look at this. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, man, that's some exciting action there on the Alding Mail Route there.
Man, Alding Jail Route in the house. Yes, that's... I don't know. I guess he wanted that $20 oil change. Yeah, he got it.
And if you're looking for like exclusive content, make sure you guys are logging into Grizzy'sHoodNews.com.
Yes.
You're gonna get some exclusive videos there that you won't be able to see on. You'll see it on Facebook. It'll link you back to the website.
Yeah.
And here we have the cuff fight of the north side.
Oh my gosh! Did you see this, Hector? This is somewhere off of Little York and 45. I saw somebody get pepper sprayed, so we're about to see that right now, man. We have the Cud throwdown. They're throwing down. And the security guard's holding it down too, though. They're not letting them just like do whatever they want to. All right, here comes the he's gonna spray him. There he goes.
He goes, I'm not dealing with this.
Hey, he sprayed himself too. He sprayed himself too.
He goes, I'm not dealing with this.
Woo! Hey, friends, just be safe out there, man. Don't forget that there's security guards. They got to do what they got to do to clean house, dude. Shout out to them.
Shout out to them. Try to keep the peace.
Yeah. If you're single in Houston, you know the dating pool ain't bleep. You already know. You know, like the pickings are slim. You know, like it's hard. You've tried all these apps. So what do you do? You come to Thea Grizzy with the Hood News, and I'm going to blast whatever you want me to. So Hector and friends, look, let me tell y'all something. So I had a young man reach out, and he had a story, and it, like, you know, I get a lot of people trying to do misconnections. A mariachi singer or whatever. This one lady reached out. Hey, I saw a mariachi guy, and we kind of like exchanged glances at each other, and I felt something. Help me find them. Not always are the outcomes that great because some of these people have partners. But I had one story yesterday. I was like, you know what? We're going to try. We're gonna play a hand in love on this one. So I had a young man reach out, and he says, this is the following message I'm going to read to you guys. I know this is a bit of a long shot, but I just missed a connection at a taqueria on Gessner. Spring Branch. What's up, Spring Branch peeps? A petite Hispanic female with long black hair driving a gold Honda Accord with tint was with her mom and elderly grandmother. I believe the grandma was using a walker and was having a lot of trouble walking back to their car. I got up and helped them, but before that, we exchanged eye contact and smirks. Well, let me tell y'all something, homies. Sometimes we smirk at y'all, and it's not what you guys think. Sometimes we're just being kind and grateful, or maybe she was flustered and a little bit embarrassed because they're struggling and people are watching them like you, sir. But I'm going to leave that alone, okay? So then he goes on, and this is where he wins me over. He says, I know I wanted to ask her for her info and seemed like she did too as well. Stop lying to yourself. Anyways, but I clammed up, bloop, bloop, like a clam. Bloop. He clammed up, and before I tried to go back out to speak again, she had left. I was with my dad, and I had on a black beanie, gray shirt with shades. Look, my big girlness, like, no, this is too hot for all that. What you doing with a beanie? Yesterday was
90
hot.
degrees.
Yes, it's 90 degrees, dude. Okay, I'm gonna leave it that.
That's probably why she was giving like glances.
Yes. Probably looked like a red flag, man. Sheesh. If anybody could help me out, it would be you, Grizzy. Thanks in advance. That might have been the love of my life. And I also wanted to offer the grandma a wheelchair so it's easier on her. Oh, this is where I became a sucker. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna help you. Yes, I'm gonna help you. I want grandma to get that wheelchair. Dude, I was so down. I was like, man, slap it out there. Let me tell y'all something. Homies, shoot your shot. If you don't shoot it, you'll never know.
Right.
She might be married. She might not even have liked you, but at least you can try, right? And please, let me put this disclaimer. We are not responsible for these outcomes. We don't know what's going to happen. She might say, ew. I might even have a message. Grizzy, please remove that post. I'm married with 5 children. I love my husband. It was just a misunderstanding. I was being nice. But long story short, if you see this young lady, reach out, because not only do we have the possibility of a wheelchair, which you don't have to take that offer, because he might want more than just, nothing's free.
I saw the comment section just blowing up when I saw this post go up. In fact, Lex on Facebook, she says, girl, you better see this post and get your man. Y'all know that these guys don't even want to buy a McDonald's cheeseburger.
Yes, I thought that was pretty cool. And, we do have offers, like for grandma, which was what I was going to say. We have people wanting to get her a hover round.
Okay.
Like, so there is an offer. Something really nice is going to come out of this. If you don't like the dude, lady, cool. Don't even worry. Just message me, because we might have some transportation for your grandma to make things easier.
Better than a wheelchair.
Yes. And then what else did we have here?
We have Katie. Katie who says, oh, my word, someone please find her. He is smitten. If they get married, we want it live streamed by Grizzy Hood News herself.
You know what? I'm going to just say this, Hector. We've had a lot of people hook up through the Hood News. Back on Valentine's Day, we made a post like, hey, if you're single, shoot your shot in here in the comments. And a really gorgeous couple came out of it, man. The guy was looking for someone, but not really looking. The young lady had already been over a bad relationship a few years back, and she was looking for company one day. They posted each other about oneself, and they kind of linked up.
Yeah.
And they are so cute together. They go to like the festivals. They have a fun time. And I'm like, wow, I feel so happy. If there's a wedding, I want to officiate it. So I threw my little ticket in the hat box.
Then we have a day at the park with some knuckle sandwiches.
Man, knuckle sandwiches getting served up real hot and fresh over at Clark Park. Look at this. Man, I got money on blue shirt. If you see me, holla at me. I'm going to be your manager. Now, look, I'm going to just say this. We don't approve of, like, violence and all that kind of stuff. I'd rather this, though, than see people shooting at each other.
Yeah, good old-fashioned knuckle sandwiches that are being thrown.
Yeah, exactly. You know what? And this was all over a man.
Oh, man.
And yes, this was a love fight, man. 2 ladies going at it to win his heart, man, and nobody won because they were looking like fools on the Hood News.
Hey, last week we saw that one girl that drove an hour away to bash some guy's windshield.
Oh,
the
man.
guys aren't worth this stuff, right? Over here
Not
fighting,
at
and there's
all.
kids around too as well watching this. And
Yeah,
it looks like they're videotaping.
and see, kids are gonna repeat this behavior. Kids see stuff and they're like, okay, it's okay to fight over a man or girl or whatever. Man, ooh, ding! She's got them uppercuts like this little jabs, man. She's going.
Hey, who needs UFC when you got that?
I know. And look at the Hood News peep. He's just chilling on the bench.
It's a day on the bench.
I just love, man. That's just wild,
It's
man.
a lovely picnic in the park.
Man, get that nice spring air, man. Love is in the air. Apparently not. Spring, Texas. Now we need you guys to be on the lookout. Something really mean went down just yesterday, Hector, over at Joe's Cafe in Spring, Texas.
Well, I don't know what was mean, if it was her outfit or what she did.
For real. So look, they have a mural painted on the wall, and they had a disgruntled customer. We're not even going to get into the details of whatever happened, because we don't need to see all that stuff. There's no thing that can happen to make a person's reaction so ugly as what you guys are about to see.
Yeah.
This lady grabs a ketchup squeeze bottle. She's mad, and she just starts squeezing all over the place, the booth, the table, but most importantly, their mural that is hand painted.
Right.
And very cherished and beloved. This is a local business, so they're gonna feel that pinch from the damages. Now they got to get the artist back out there to come repair what was done, and it sucks. Look at her, man. I don't know what's going on with that wardrobe though. That's a wardrobe malfunction.
She's obviously very easy to identify.
Yeah, she's definitely gonna be easy to identify, man. Be on the lookout. Somebody's gonna recognize her. We just posted this, so I'm probably already having the identity in the messenger, so I'm waiting, man. It's gonna be a short one. I know she will be. And the sad part, Hector, is that she's got kids with her and her man. The man, like, he got the hell out of there. He's like, man, look, I ain't gonna
dealing with this.
Nah, baby, no, you're tripping. That's what he's telling her. Oh, like, is she okay? Is she covered up properly? Nah, man, I think we might need to censor that video, man, because look at that. Oh my goodness.
It's a lot to show.
Yeah, it's a lot going on there. So yeah, friends, be on the lookout. Somebody's going to recognize her. Shout out to Joe's Cafe. They don't deserve this mess and this nonsense.
Yeah, be on the lookout for the ketchup squeeze bottle bandit.
Yes.
All right, so that will do it for episode number 17. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Enjoy your day.
Yes, have fun. Don't get into trouble. Please control your tempers. Drive safe. Look, I'm just going to tell y'all, we see a lot of fatalities out there, and a lot of this stuff could be avoidable. So take care of yourselves. Take care of people on the road. If you don't care about you, at least care about the next people because they're trying to get home.
Absolutely. And you also don't want to be seen on Thea Grizzy's page.
Yeah, really. Like, Thea Grizzy going to go in on you. So, yeah, friends, thanks so much for joining us. And if it's real news,
it's Hood News.
Yeah.